These two grown men had never seen the Simpsons. How the fuck's that even happen? We're two grown men on a mission now, so buckle up and just strap in.
Let's go to Lukenbach, Texas, with Waylon and Willie and the boys. This successful life we're living's got us feuding like that.
Two grown men had never seen the Simpsons. It's America's barley basket.
Welcome, everyone, to another episode of America's Barley Basket. My name is Marlon Wells, and sitting next to me is... No, that's not how I do it. That's your thing. What am I doing? Nathan Folsenbach is here. Hello, Nathan.
Hello, Marlon.
How are you, bud?
I am fully reclined. My body is on display.
Is it ever?
Any nurse. I'm already prepping for living in a group home. If any maid were to walk into this hotel room, they would see me in repose, I think is what an artist would call this.
This is quite a look.
I am really feeling myself here. Just, my body is a children's slide. Ooh, I shouldn't have said that. That's in shape only. That angle only.
You are at a perfect 45 degree angle.
Look at this. If you just push down some fat in certain spots, you could roll a marble down me. It wouldn't, the speed wouldn't change. It wouldn't vary its course.
You perfectly bisect the right angle that is this hotel room. 45 degrees on either side.
And the last time we recorded one in here, I was in a level of gastrointestinal distress so severe. But I tell you what, man, I am just, it's my dumpies are no longer grumpy. That work for you?
Holy
They are
shit.
very happy dumpies.
Put it on the t-shirt.
Yeah. No more grump dumps over here. Normal big boy dumps. So.
Oh, good.
Yeah,
Good.
Everything's coming together.
Good.
Just in time for the holidays. Mind, body, spirit combined into a triangle.
Your body is a wonderland.
It is. You have to get the de-hairing process going like baby New Year, January 1st. Eyebrows up is all we'll have, baby.
How many bottles of Nair does it take to cover your surface area?
Jesus, you think? You'd have to get a drum of it from...
Dip you, like the cartoons in Roger Rabbit. Dip you like the shoe.
To get it at that place where they rob at the season 1 of Breaking Bad, where you get your chemicals in bulk.
Got the meth barrels.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. Whew, we're in the big city.
We are.
Big city nights.
Yeah. Hotel room, living the dream.
Holiday Inn Express.
Bed vibrates for 75 cents.
It does not. Are those meant for relaxation or are they meant for humping?
I think relaxation.
Okay.
I think... I mean, I remember being a little kid and seeing a hotel room that had that.
I've never seen it in the wild. Not once.
I think you'd have to rip the mattress off that bed and sit bare-assed on it to get if you want to get a pop. If you want to get there.
Get that cheap pop.
Get it knocking your prostate just right.
Knocking it around.
I think imagine laying on top of your washing machine in a spin cycle if there was a mattress and a box spring between you.
Right. You ain't accomplishing anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't. I've never quite been sure what those are for. I like that my pillowcases are labeled firm and soft. I don't know if you can see those from here.
I see the soft boy right here. Unbelievable. Good on them.
Yeah, look at Holiday Inn.
The fact that you got pillowcases means you're a step above some of the places we stayed in.
Absolutely. Yeah. Like, this is, like, look around. This is the hotel I book. Last week we were in the hotels you book.
For me, it isn't the lack of pillowcases. I have stayed in hotels on these comedy trips where everything is fairly normal. But then you look at the pillows. It's like, why even
filled
have
with
them?
raccoons.
Why? I wish I had what I wouldn't give for a raccoon pillow. A sedated raccoon, sign me up. Fucking pillows that are 3/4 of an inch thick in the middle. Like, what are we supposed to do with these? Like,
fucking mouse pad.
Yeah. It's like, I'm just gonna go grab the rolled up big towels in the bathroom. Like that would.
Have you ever resorted to that? I bet that would work.
Fuck, I feel like I've used them for some. That sounds gross. Used them for something.
Not.
I think I had a hotel room that was so fucking cold, I added them to the bedding.
Oh, fun.
Just fucking layering in towels. Well, you know you're in a nice place then, too.
Yeah, $11 a night.
The shame of it is sometimes those ones are expensive because they're the only show in town.
Yeah.
Like,
Sleep somewhere else then. Oh, you can't?
It's -19. Well, then come into the face fuck motor lodge.
The FFM. Yeah.
$175 a night.
Ugh. Come on in, Hunter Special. We can cram 12 of you into one of these rooms.
They're all dry humping.
Nuts to butts.
Never getting out in that minute's sleep.
Stack you boys up.
Oh, man. Imagine trying to sleep if that was what was going on next door. 12. The average weight is 240 pounds.
12 Wisconsin buck hunters.
Yeah. Fucking full of blackberry brandy and beer cheese soup.
Oh, that sounds. Ooh, boy.
Maybe some complimentary bar chili in there, too.
Vienna sausages, maybe. I can see. Are you Vienna sausage boy? I can see you being a little Vienna boy.
Take them, leave them.
Yeah. I never had them. Never eaten one.
They are not a food you want to look at too long. They'll make you sad. You just pop it and eat it. They're not meant to be looked at.
To me, they look like the cock of a drowned man. Yeah. You know, like I don't want to eat this.
It took this man's dignity. Let him have his little drowned dingus.
There's 8 of them in here.
That's like a bus accident or something. Of the potted canned meats, that's one I don't reach for often.
Yeah,
I don't get too bold. I have done the little dancing devil, the deviled chicken in a can before.
Oh, I've never done that.
A bold choice. I don't know what part of the chicken it was being used, but it ain't the meat. It's a lot of tongue. Chicken got a tongue.
It's compressed feathers. They form it into nuggets.
How many eyes does it take to make this?
Oh.
They have such little beady eyes.
It's that skin flap, that little nut sack under their chin. Ugh.
If your meat comes in a can, odds are that animal died screaming. I know there's many humane deaths in the canned meat biz. There's no humane sticker on the...
No less than 40 animals in that can.
They have never seen a happy animal at the Hormel factory. They're fighting it the whole way.
No. Hormel's not a label I reach for.
I used to be that way. It has changed. They're bacon.
Yeah.
Because you can get Cloverdale in Twin Cities.
Oh, sure.
So if you're looking for that $5-ish price tag, Hormel might be the best bacon option.
Oh, okay.
Because eventually bacon, it gets Gucci. You're looking at like $9, $10 a pound. So if you're a bacon boy on a budget, Triple B, reach for Hormel.
Budget bacon boy. I never I so rarely buy bacon that when I do, I just buy Cloverdale.
No shit.
Yeah. I don't eat much bacon.
No kidding.
I think we've talked about this before. I think bacon is a lesser meat product than sausage or ham. I think bacon comes in third for me.
I get that.
In the breakfast porks.
Yeah, I tire quick of breakfast sausages. Not these again, but I can eat bacon. There are times I bet in a month I've eaten bacon with my breakfast, or bacon and eggs is my breakfast. 28 of the 30 days in a month.
No shit.
Yeah, I can go on long bacon runs.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't dislike bacon, not at all. I won't push it off my plate if it comes icky. But if given the choice, I want sausage links, then it's sausage links, ham, sausage patties, bacon. That's the ranking for me.
No shit. I put patty above link.
Really?
Yep.
Okay.
If it's like a hand pressed patty.
Sure, yeah,
Like, that's
of
a
course.
treat. That's a treat.
I love whatever those little fucking, just them little links.
Yeah.
I like them. I like them little links.
Come in the skinny, long box.
Yeah, I like those. Bacon perfectly. Speaking of breakfast, okay. I know that you are a man of culture, a man of high taste. Which is your favorite Hot Pocket? Out of all that, you're standing in the freezer section of the grocery store.
Golly. It's such a cop-out answer. I think ham and cheese.
I like a ham and cheese.
Because I think they do fake cheese better than they do fake tomato. So
Yeah.
like a pepperoni pizza one, while still tasty, isn't quite as good as a ham and cheese.
If it's not a pizza or a pizza roll, I don't want pizza anything. I don't want pizza
no
Hot
shit.
Pockets, pizza flavored Pringles. Like,
I'm with you on most of that. Pizza combos. The combos with the fake red shit, I don't mind them at all.
No, I reach for
Fake cheese?
cheese and cracker is mine, or cheese and pretzel if they got it. My favorite, I agree with you. Ham and cheese is my go-to, like, default Hot Pocket. But what I really like are the breakfast Hot Pockets.
Never have had.
They're great. Sausage and cheese or bacon and cheese.
They make too much sense for breakfast.
Yeah, they're perfect.
Throw them in the microwave while you're brushing your teeth and just put it in your coat pocket and fucking get out the door.
So here I am, 48 hours ago. I bought a box of breakfast Hot Pockets, and I'm at Walmart. They're not 2 in a box, they're 5 in a box.
Okay.
Which, first off, fuck you eat 2 at a time.
Yeah.
Now I got an odd number. Anyway. And I have always, 100% of the time, been a crispin sleeve man. You always, you unwrap the Hot Pocket, you slide it in that little tinfoil phone case, and you put it in there. Not once have I ever believed it did anything. Not one time. It's just like,
Purely ornamental.
yep, I'm just going through. This is all formality. Like when you see your dad wear a seatbelt. Like, okay, whatever. I don't believe in this, but I'll put it on if you insist, because I guess that's what we do. That has been how I feel about the crispin sleeve. Now, I don't know if this is a cost-saving thing, or maybe much like optometry, I just need to stop going to Walmart for things. That box of 5, not one crispin sleeve in there.
Interesting.
All just raw dogs in their cellophane. So I unwrapped 2. I put them on the plate.
How many did you eat on the drive home?
From the store, frozen?
Like a frozen Charleston chew.
These are crunchy.
That hurt my teeth. They're pretty good.
The cold air is its own crispin sleeve.
Holy fuck. Well, being next to someone in traffic because they open a box of Hot Pockets.
Oh, shit.
But continue.
So I'm at home. 2 Hot Pockets on the plate. Right into the microwave. 3 minutes and 10 seconds or whatever it calls for. Take them out. I use your method. Bite each corner. Let them vent
steam,
a little.
get
Let them
that
cool.
steam out.
Because I want to eat them within the next hour.
Yeah.
And I take back everything I've ever said about the crispin sleeve. It makes all the difference in the world. What limp dick Hot Pockets.
Oh, really?
Holy
No
guacamole.
shit.
Like, hold it up by an end and it can't support its own weight. It just like flump, just flops
So it
over.
truly does what it says.
It absolutely
crisps
does
them
what
up.
it says it's supposed to do.
Oh, my goodness.
I never once believed in it. I was just participating in the formality. But fuck my ass if that doesn't. It was legitimately a bummer. It was like, oh man, it was fucking soft Hot Pocket.
A panini press or something.
Yeah, no shit.
Something that'll harden it up a little
Yeah,
bit.
I got to buy an air fryer
Yeah,
just for
air
the fucking
fryer.
Hot Pocket.
Yeah. Oh boy, that's a bummer.
Preheat the fucking oven and put them in a pizza pan or something. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Just like it was like eating an enormous pizza roll that you cook in the microwave.
And literally, this conversation is reminding me. I've forgotten I had purchased, and I hadn't purchased these in a dozen years. They were on the frozen end display at Walmart. I think they were 95 cents each. I bought 2 banquet pot pies.
Nice.
That is a throwback to hard
Chicken, straight chicken.
Oh, you know what? I knew I had couldn't just jump in. I got 1 chicken, simple, great entry
Classic.
level. And then to challenge my palate, I got the roast beef.
Oh, interesting.
Rolls Royce of pot pies. Yeah. Not everyone's ready for the sophistication. The bold flavors will scare off a lesser man, but
I have brought up to you on this show before. You need to get the fucking sausage gravy one, the biscuits and gravy pot pie.
Yeah,
to me that's the Cadillac pot pies. But a roast beef one, that's pretty fucking Gucci.
Yeah, God, them are good. Boy, you're looking for an early grave if you have a consistent diet of those things. But
You putting that in the microwave?
Oh no!
Oh,
you set that oven for. Oh, goddamn hot pocket. Yeah, it's a 45-minute thing to deal with. That 35 minutes, I'm pretty sure is the time.
For a pot pie? Yeah.
Yep.
That's why I have only ever eaten them out of the microwave.
You should not be able to vote. You shouldn't be able to make decisions that affect the rest of us. That's
Listen, I'm
madness.
I'm not saying you're wrong.
That's a talk
But
for another day.
if you have your life together to the point where you are able to dedicate an hour to a meal, make it something better than frozen banquet pot
Just
pie.
that aroma starts coming in.
Oh my God.
You're watching wrestling.
See, for me, a banquet pot pie is like an emergency meal. Like I hold on to those like rations. Like the winter sadness really got a hold of me, and I didn't cook anything today. So clunk, you throw one of those into the microwave.
You take them out of the packaging and salt them. They're just stacked up in your bedroom closet. Selling a trout on the streets of Tijuana.
Fucking dry aged pot pies. Oh shit.
Holy fuck. Someone sees it, they're like, and you're just a pot pie reserves.
Just in case, You bury a school bus in the Turtle Mountains, fill it with dried pot pies.
Well, my favorite thing about cooking a pot pie, too, you take them out as hard as granite. They are frozen solid. You got to take that fork and sword in the stone it. Stack, because you got to get a couple air holes. That thing will blow up. It'll ruin your house.
I've always loved it. It's like says on the instructions, like, punch some air holes in this thing first. And it's like, this is a stone.
Do you know the product you're selling?
You want me to just get a fork and stick some fucking holes in this thing?
Find the strongest man in your apartment complex and have him poke some holes in your hot pie. I'll say I don't have the strength to just push a fork. I have to stab. Like, I don't have the strength to press it on there and just push down.
Oh, yeah, you got to swing.
I need momentum.
Yep, you got to swing. Yeah, like you're like fucking like Tony Stark making that first suit in the cave. Just clang.
Oh, man. Yeah. Oh, what a treat. Looking forward to that already.
You'll have to give me a full review on the roast beef pot pie.
You're gonna get one if they've made them worse, because they'd figured out that formula for many a year.
Roast beef pot pie or a Dinty Moore beef stew in a can, like Dinty Moore beef stew in a can, pretty fucking good.
I got a half loaf of white bread and a bunch of butter next to me.
Sure.
That's for me. That's how you eat beef stew. You slop it onto the bread and just...
You're making stew sandwiches?
Oh, my... Everything in my house was a sandwich.
I'm the one who can't vote.
Yeah,
you can't eat a stew sandwich.
That's how we eat.
Jesus
You come
Christ.
from a long line of people eating every meal with bread.
Yes, agreed. Yes. But we're not making sandwiches.
But you're slopping it on. I mean, it's not like two pieces on top.
No.
It's you slop it on.
You're making an open-faced but eating it with your hands motion.
Call it what you will. Remember I told you about the time I cooked a huge bowl of beef, Dinty Moore beef stew, ate shit walking in, I picked the beef out of the carpet.
We're letting them go to waste for you.
We can't let the beef go to waste. You want to see a stain on a carpet? Spill a whole can of Dinty Moore beef stew on a run.
Why were you running?
Fucking American Gladiators was probably starting or something. Who knows?
That's acceptable. Yeah. That's a real reason.
Oh my God. And within a month, I had a roommate in that same apartment vacuum the floor and then rip open the vacuum bag and see if he could pick out enough weed to make a joint.
Holy moly. You fuckers were poor.
That was some fucking hard times. The first 3 months we lived there, not one piece of furniture except one beanbag chair that the two of us shared.
Oh, that was this apartment.
And I didn't have a bed. My air mattress popped within 2 weeks of living there. So I went to bed like a dog, just lying on a mat.
Fuck.
I bet if the people that owned that would have saw how we were living, they would have evicted us.
Or given you a deep rental discount.
Yeah, or just left a bunch of flyers to sign up for government assistance.
Yeah, at the end of the day, it all comes down to their politics, really. Who were these people?
These boys need us. They're eating so much canned stew.
Right out of the carpet.
That place had a big picture window. Someone might have witnessed that.
Someone's out there telling the same story from their perspective right now.
Don't be hasty with the floor beef.
I still can't get over a stew sandwich. God damn it. You always had bread with whatever meal you were eating, but that was just that was to clean the plate.
No,
that was like a window washer's squeegee.
Basically the way it works, you're over the bowl. You got the buttered bread and a spoon. It's one bite at a time. It's
I follow. I get what you're saying.
Fuck you.
That's lunacy.
Angle, you're going to see my dick move when we keep talking about this. This is corned beef hash the same way. Corned beef hash, scoop of that, bite, scoop, bite, scoop,
Holy
bite. God
shit.
damn it.
Stew sandwich ain't that far from just slapping some fucking soup into a fucking bread loaf.
The runniness is what would get you there. I would do it if you could.
You with just a square slice of white bread, just slapping minestrone into it.
Where the fuck is it going?
A lot of beans in this. Cheap minestrone. Too many beans. Reaching for a can of Italian wedding. I got enough bread left for one more sandwich.
Oh God, this all sounds good.
Whew, boy.
One thing because we never ate much of it. God, no, not like that. I bet my dad did, but I never did. Leftover spaghetti on white bread and butter.
I've heard of that. The spaghetti sandwich. Yeah. I've never.
I think in some people's families, a generous layer of sugar was poured onto it.
On the spaghetti?
I think someone reach out, but I am pretty certain I've seen that on TV or read about that was our poor people food, or that was the treat we'd get sometimes. I've
heard of a sugar sandwich, but not with spaghetti on it.
Yeah, I think with spaghetti is a thing.
That's wild.
Yeah,
spaghetti sauce is already sweet. What are you doing?
Not sweet enough. Yeah, I've had a sugar sandwich before. It's been a minute. God, I remember thinking a sugar sandwich was good as a kid. I think that was one of those things I knew how to make myself when I was 6, so I was just proud of it,
Sure,
my mom just wouldn't get in my way. He seems to be excited about this.
It tasted better because I made it myself. Yeah.
I used to eat fucking Miracle Whip sandwiches because I could make them myself.
I used to eat Miracle Whip sandwiches. Eventually graduated to just the Miracle Whip and cheese sandwich.
Oh, really?
Just singles. Just Miracle Whip and singles.
I think the singles went hand in hand with a cheap cold cut. I think I made the jump that made a jump together.
We didn't always have chopped ham in the house, so you just ate a cheese sandwich.
If I had that option, then I'm getting white bread buttered or toasted buttered. Throw the American single on that. That was the thing I'd make myself a lot.
I've done toast and cheese also. Put it in the microwave so it melts.
Oh, fuck!
I for sure have done that as a kid. Yeah. I don't know where she would get them, but my grandma would send you home with a fucking square log of sliced cheese 18 inches long. Just like singles, but without the wrapper. Just a log of cheese that's all thinly sliced. And you just peel slices off that bad boy.
Like she's trading cigarettes for commodities or something.
I was about to say, that might have been commodity cheese.
Oh, but just funny that they're usually the commodities, you get packaging of some sort. Or maybe she knew someone at the school who was selling fucking...
I think she was buying it bulk somehow and divvying it up into gallon freezer bags on her own. And I don't know if... Maybe when I was 4, I said, I sure do like this cheese, Grandma.
Yeah.
She sent cheese home with me until the end of her days. I was deep into my 30s. She would still send you home with a fucking big square log of cheese.
There's fewer, more pure, misguided loves than the love of a grandmother.
Than the love of a grandmotherly gift giver.
Yeah.
All right. Also, when I was 4, I must have told her I thought wolves were cool. Because boy, howdy did I get wolves.
If you are 2 years old, don't tell your grandma what you like. Because you might mention you like airplanes. You're going to be getting fucking jackets with airplanes on them when you're 40 years old.
Which it's adorable. It's precocious. But it's still just like when you're holding a decorative gold plate with a wolf on it when you're 27.
Cool.
But by 27, you just think it's sweet. But 17, probably not.
Yeah, you could use things still. Like, I need help.
Shit. Gotta love a sweet Midwestern grandma. Here you go. Here's things that you said you liked 20 years ago, and I'm gonna slide a 10 in your pocket. Don't tell your mom.
Your grandma get around enough to go to Bismarck to buy a present, or was that all getting bought at a truck stop near closest to your home?
No, she didn't drive ever, but like her and Grandpa went to Bismarck all the time.
No kidding.
So
okay.
You'd get city presents.
Yeah. Towards the end, all my grandmas, towards the end, the last 20 years of her life, every present you got from her came from the gas station she worked at. A lot of decorative footballs.
Oh, sure. Rolos again.
You'd really think we were patriots with as much American flag shit we got. These boys love America.
Phew. Pour one out for grandmas.
Yeah, God bless them.
Call yours if you can.
Oh, my God, if you're lucky enough.
Make her fucking day.
Mm-hmm.
You know what episode of The Simpsons doesn't have a grandma in it, Nathan?
Which one is that?
It's number 11.
Oh, shit.
It's called Top Goon. I was very excited right off the bat.
Because of the opening? You remember?
Oh, yes.
The dreary.
Yep. The Mo Slizzlack and all the clouds are gray and there's lightning. Holy shit. It's so good. So once we get the amazing Mo intro, we get the rare second. Is this the second time he's ever spoken?
I bet, yeah.
Will Forte playing King Toot.
And I like Will Forte. I don't know if he's the right voice for that character. That voice doesn't fit what he looks like.
Yep, that guy looks much gruffer. I would be a better fit for King Toot than Will Forte is.
Yeah, like...
Will Forte sounds younger than he is.
Mm-hmm, totally, yeah. Like, my first note on this, if this episode sucks, I'm going to be so mad.
Right.
Because it has all the recipe, like all the things are there to make this a good one.
The literal first 2 words spoken are Mo Slizzlack, and it starts with King Toot.
Yeah.
Like, come on. Yeah, I think the only time we've heard him speak, he's out there with his leaf blower being a dick. I like that King Toot sucks.
Just sucks, yeah.
Annoying Mo with his leaf blower. He pulls back his curtain to his shop and he's got a huge youth hockey trophy because King Toot coaches a youth hockey team.
The Little Tutors?
The Little Tutors.
Yeah.
Mo is like, I love that exchange of like, go ahead and dwell on that the rest of the day. Nope, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to dwell on nothing. I'm not going to be sad. Mo goes back into his bar, and it's just that fucking time lapse of him cleaning a glass while behind him the barflies are like celebrating Valentine's Day and then St. Patrick's Day and 4th of July. and him just talking to himself, and some of the shit he says, like, I only own one light bulb, but I have to take it from room to room, is so crazy.
How come every time I join a sex cult, it turns into a suicide cult?
That was the other one I wrote down. Holy shit.
Yeah, that light bulb one is so depressing. Because it's so, like, it's based in reality, you know? It's not wild, you know? Like,
imagine your home has one light bulb.
or during that exchange with King Toots, he reveals he's had both black market cochlear ear implants and black market LASIK surgery.
Insane.
So good.
Holy shit. Him just staring at nothing, cleaning that glass. How come every time I join a sex cult, it turns into a suicide cult?
I think Carl is some form of new age Spider-Man, like in a blue costume.
Yeah, because we eventually get to Halloween, those barflies behind him.
Homer's like in a powdered wig, some kind of 17th century or 1700s.
The other guys, I think, are also superheroes. I'm
One
not
guy's
sure.
got I think it's Lenny, has like a hood with a big helmet with like a...
Oh, he's one of the Squid Game guys.
Is that what
That's
that
what
is?
it
Oh,
is.
good
Yep.
pull.
I
Good
remember
pull.
seeing it at the time, being like, I should know what that is. Yeah,
okay.
it's a Squid Game guy. I liked that show a lot.
I remember when it was all the rage.
You should give it a watch. It's worth watching.
Netflix show?
Yes.
So,
Homer comes home and he is so thrilled that youth soccer is over, which Lisa plays youth soccer. And he is so pumped of like, oh my God, I get my weekends back. I don't have to travel. He flops down on the couch just in time for fucking Bart to come around the corner in his hockey gear. Marge being like, you got to take Bart to youth hockey.
I love how excited Lisa was just to get the participation. Like, I did the bare minimum. Like, I thought that was a good, like, her actually having like a good experience with sports, which is usually not her thing. You know? Like,
I thought the same thing. And I immediately like got prickled up. I was like, nah, Lisa doesn't like participation trophies. We've covered this already. But then I was kind of like, okay, yeah, but it's sports, which she's bad at. So I could see her being thrilled with this. So Homer, grumbling, takes Bart to youth hockey. Mo is the coach. I'm surprised we didn't do any manner of setup for that. Just Bart shows up and Mo is the coach.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. That seemed kind of abrupt.
It didn't take me out of it for long, but I did notice. The whole team sucks except for Bart. Bart is the only good hockey player, and they're playing against King Toots teams. What is it? The Little Tutors?
Yeah.
And King Toot sends out this clearly adult man in this Pee Wee hockey game.
College age man.
Yeah, and he just demolishes fucking Bart, and they lose the game because you can't win without your shooter. And Mo is grumbling about needing a goon. Got to protect the shooter.
Because they play the Sea Captain's team, and now like the formula's out. Like, hey, just beat the crap out of Bart. They have no one else that can score.
Word is out. It's like Hack-a-Shack. Word got out. It's like when Shane Carwin realized that Brock Lesnar doesn't like to get hit. I don't think he won another fight after that.
No shit.
It was something like that. I probably have that a little wrong, but yeah, like Lesnar was a dominating UFC heavyweight, got the belt and everything, just mowing through people. And then I forget I want to say it was Shane Carwin. Somebody just tagged him real hard one time and he fucking flip-flop and fly back and ran away, and they're like, oh, he doesn't like to get hit.
Interesting.
And from there on out, he was looking to head back to wrestling.
There's boxers who make a career out of their ability to get hit.
Yeah.
Like, I'll get hit more than you will. You'll eventually tire of this.
That was the Homer Simpson boxing episode.
You know, is that a thing that is common? Not common, but happens in UFC where it's not age because they're at the right age, but all of a sudden people get figured out. Like,
yep.
Like, I remember at one time it seemed like Ronda Rousey was so good. It's like, this is going to ruin women's UFC because the fights won't be competitive. She's just going to destroy everyone. And then she just lost and never seemed to win again.
Yep. You know? Someone figured her out. I forget who it was. Was it
Holm?
I don't think it was Holly Holm. I think Holly Holm eventually beat her. But
Holly Holm beat the woman who beat Rousey the first time, whoever that was.
I can see her face and can't think of her name. Hispanic lady was on.
Totally.
She was a coach on Ultimate Fighter at one point. which doesn't mean anything. Every fighter you've heard of has been a coach on Ultimate Fighter, but I forget her name. But yes, beat her, and then I don't know that she ever won again.
Yeah, and then just like, I don't need to do this anymore.
Somebody cracked the code, and that was it. Yeah, then she went and fucking farted up wrestling for a while.
And back farting up wrestling?
No, left again.
Has done it, took it a break, come back again, and now was left again.
Yes.
Okay. What if she was any better the second time around?
No. Like, she's a terrible talker. She can't talk.
Good call.
On the mic.
Yeah.
And in the ring, she's fine.
Yeah.
So Mo needs himself a goon for his hockey team. And I kind of suspected this was where we were going.
Yeah.
And on his way walking home, he sees Nelson whooping the shit out of Martin.
Poor Martin.
Poor Martin Prince.
There's a part where he opens up Martin's lunchbox. He starts eating his food. Martin goes, "My pierogies. My Ona only makes them once a month." Fucking Martin is so good.
Martin going to school with a lunchbox full of pierogies. I've never had a cold pierogi before. I bet they're not very good.
Doesn't sound like it would be.
Pierogi's a hot food.
Yeah.
Whatever. I think that about potatoes, and people put them in salad like monsters.
Yeah.
Mo recruits Nelson to be his goon. Nelson, to be fair, puts up a fight. He's not a huge fan of this, but Mo convinces him to give it a try in a real, like, these two are kindred spirits, Mo and Nelson.
Yeah. Yep.
Which I don't think I ever realized, but as soon as we start heading that way in this episode, I'm like, oh, fucking course.
Makes too much sense.
We're at the next hockey game. Bart is getting killed. At this point, Nelson hasn't officially joined the team. It was that incident with Prince, Martin Prince. He was like, we'll see. Hope for the best. During this game, Bart's getting killed, and Mo's like, oh, you're going to love the children's wing of the hospital. They got these murals.
Rainbows, rainbows, rainbows. Everywhere rainbows.
Like, trying to bright side it for Bart of how nice the children's wing of the hospital is.
And Bart's just looking at him like, what is wrong with you? I'm not going to go to the hospital for this.
Nelson, of course, he shows up and beats up the guy that's putting the beat down on Bart. They end up winning, but they have to forfeit because Nelson doesn't have skates. He instead has just duct taped cafeteria trays to his feet because Nelson can't skate. Mo decides, you show promise, we're going to polish you up, and takes him to Top Goon, the Top Goon Academy. Outstanding. When he drops him off, he tussles Nelson's hair, and Nelson is so befuddled by what was that? Like, what was that? Keep doing it. And like grabs Mo's hand and forces it back into his hair.
My hand's getting tired. Sounds like a you problem.
Like, don't you stop. Poor Nelson's never had his hair tussled. The three coaches here, I don't know these guys, but they all play themselves. Dave Schultz, Tiger Williams, and Stu Grimson.
The Grim Reaper.
Any of those? I was about to say, do any of those names ring a bell?
Yeah. Name them again, please.
Stu Grimson, Dave Schultz, and Tiger Williams.
Tiger Williams is the one I didn't know. The other two I knew of.
Okay. Yeah. Old-timey 80s players, maybe?
80s. I bet Stu Grimson might have played into the 90s. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'm a new hockey fan, so I don't know these guys. The training is pretty great.
The fact that they got motherfucking stomping Tom Connors singing Hockey Night is so insane.
Well, there's not a lot of hockey songs out there.
God, for things I wouldn't have expected to be Canadian sweetheart stomping Tom Connors.
It's not a very good montage song, you know. It's not you're the best around.
Yeah. Just tell you how awesome hockey is.
Yeah. We just like hockey. Yeah. So they go through all the training montage, get to graduation. Nelson is the top goon. He's the best at this. They really drive into your head. Protect your primary is the phrase they keep using. That'll come into play. Mo shows up to graduation, and Nelson's so happy, and Mo's like, "I'm sorry, I'm late. Couldn't get directions to the place." Quote, "My phone doesn't recognize my face as a face."
And he says it with jovial spirits because he's happy to see Nelson. Incredible. What a sobering moment that would be.
You have said it before, and I never did really think about it until you said it. The laughs per minute, it's Mo.
Yep.
Mo is the fucking champion.
Yep.
Everything Mo says is so goddamn funny. To celebrate, Mo takes Nelson on the Duff blimp and they throw, what is it, pickles or olives at people?
Pickled eggs.
Pickled eggs, that's what it is. And another amazing line out of Mo, because right away you're like, wait, how are they doing this? Mo's poor. Mo says, I buy all the beer, the Duff lets me use the blimp because I buy all the beer the employees drown in.
They're throwing those eggs. Oh no, we just hit a policeman's horse. Floor it, Jerry. And it just peels out in a blimp.
I love, we keep like barely checking back in with it. I love that Homer hates this so much, that he hates being a sports dad and having to travel and losing every weekend to it, which, boy, I bet that's tough sledding as a parent.
Oh my God.
If you find out your kid wants to play traveling league basketball, you're just like, fuck.
Most of them just learn to live through their kids and get real unhealthy.
Oh, yeah, I guess maybe that's why they do it. I figure you start sabotaging them, sneaking fucking cake frosting into their breakfast or something. Doesn't look like you're cut out for basketball.
Why don't you go lay on the floor? Never get cut from the floor. The floor is always waiting for you.
The floor will always take you. He brings up, I hate like having to sit with the other dads that you barely know or don't have anything in common with, but they immediately like get too familiar. They start sharing too much about their families. Cuts to him and Wiggum sitting there and Wiggum talking about his goddamn foot fetish.
Yeah.
I told her you knew I was a footman when you married me.
What's your wife's foot situation?
Unbelievable.
Socks? Barefoot?
We've never seen Wiggum be a creep before. That's a
new.
Mo line.
Yeah, very new for Wiggum.
But we can't have it be Mo because Mo's doing something in this episode. I'm with Homer. Someone you don't know well being overly familiar with you. Huge pet peeve of mine. Like, you get those like a C-level friend, like a friend of a friend who suddenly has a conversation too deep. It's like, nope, don't like this.
I don't need to hear about your divorce. Never, ever do I need to hear that. Oh, yeah, not great.
It doesn't even have to go that far with me. Like, even just being too friendly. I don't fucking know you. Like, hey, you want to get a coffee? Absolutely not. I can name the people I want to get a coffee with on less than one hand. I could stick this thing into a shingle shredder and still be able to count how many people I want to get a coffee with. But you can't tell people that because then they think you're a dick. So instead, you
can't have that.
Not me. Not America's sweetheart. So instead, you say it on a comedy podcast and play it off like a joke. And then go to bed alone.
So much more room that way.
Welcome to Behind the Curtain. Inside the podcaster studio. We're the hockey team has got some momentum. They just need like one more game to win regionals or win districts or whatever the fucking school sports layout is. We're having this talk at like a pizza place.
It was Capital City's voted Capital City's 7th best pizza.
Amazing. Love that. So they're eating pizza. They're talking about going, we just got to win one more. At this point, Bart is like jealous of Nelson because Nelson's getting all the attention from the coach because Nelson's the reason they're winning, even though Bart is the one, on the box scores that's the star. We finally get a texted prank call
Yeah.
A prank text. I was like, oh, I don't think we've seen that before.
Yeah.
That's fun.
That's, evolution.
It's, what is it? STD on my lip.
Yeah.
Oh, what's the deal with this STD on my lip? I'll just send it to my junk.
Yeah.
That's a reach for a fucking prank name.
Yeah.
It's fun though.
Yeah.
Nelson sticks up for Mo and breaks Bart's fucking arm.
Yeah. Checks him into the wall of a pizza place.
He just snaps like a dog that bites a stranger, you know. And Mo is pissed because, hey, that's our star. You're supposed to protect the primary, and kicks Nelson off the team. Nelson who tosses his fucking jacket in the trash.
Top Goon jacket.
That Top Goon bomber jacket. So good. And goes somewhere. You don't see where he goes. He knocks on a door and a shadow answers. Mo is looking for Nelson and goes to the trailer where Nelson and his mom live, and Nelson's mom is making a grilled sandwich on the fucking bug zapper.
So good.
Just holding a piece of bread up to the bug zapper, and it like, you know, bzz, and then she has to move it, bzz, like putting the lines on it. God damn it, that's funny.
That's good.
She reveals something along the lines of like, "Oh, you're the one he looks up to," you know, like he won't shut up about you. And Mo realizes, "Oh shit, Nelson thinks I'm the primary.
Yeah.
Like I'm his dad figure is what's happening here." We cut back to Nelson, who's at Fat Tony's. Just like, I figure I'm going to work for you someday anyway. I may as well start now as a fucking thug, as a goon for Tony. Homer finally stoked that since Homer is so thrilled that Bart's arm is broken because that means no more traveling. I get my weekends back. He like shoves broken armed Bart down to the other end of the couch and lays out. And just in time for Marge to come in and be like, you got to take him to PT. They're the only ones that accept our insurance.
3 hours away.
3 hours away.
So good.
Oh, Homer can't catch a break. We're at some fancy event, and Nelly No Sleeves is the new Nelson, working for Fat Tony as a leg breaker. Takes him into the back, and they got a hood on somebody's head, and Nelson holding a fucking lead pipe gonna break this dude's legs.
He graduated from PVC to lead.
When he first shows up and they start him on a PVC pipe, that's very funny. Yeah. And then he's so excited to get his lead pipe, and he's about to go to town when fucking Mo breaks in. I love that the other goons immediately draw down on Mo. Like, of course they would. This stranger comes bursting into their back torture room. Immediately guns drawn. Mo interrupts. It's Toot. It's King Toot that is under the bag. He's in debt to Tony because he's been buying like fake, like basically doing identity theft paperwork to enlist grown men to play on under 10 hockey leagues.
So good.
I like that we wrap that loose end up. You know, where was King Toot getting these grown men for his children's hockey team? That was a fun, like, Seinfeldian all comes together at the end. I like that. Mo interrupts, and he and Nelson have their sweet moment, and Mo takes Nelson out of there, takes him away from that life, and like, it's so wholesome and nice, and then immediately smash cut to Mo breaking King Toot's window with a brick and giving that big hockey trophy to Nelson. And then we end on Bart at PT, like, with a tiny dumbbell tied to a string, lowering it from the ceiling, and her the whole time, the nurse being like, slower. He's barely moving it. Slower. And Homer's in the back just doing his, and it's like, okay, only 3 more hours.
You got to do 100 more of those, but slower.
Yep, 100 more of those, 3 times. What is it? 4 more hours, 3 times a week for 4 months, and with each each one, Homer like, oh, and slides further down the chair until he's just lying on the floor. This is a fucking top tier Simpsons episode. Good. I laughed so many times in this episode between Homer hating everything about this and 90% of the shit Moe says. This is a primo episode.
If you notice, there's so hidden, it's hard to even catch at all. When Moe and Nelson are kind of having their moment, I think it's when Moe was kind of building Nelson up. If you look in the very back, one of the goons is crying and he's dabbing his eyes with salami slices.
Yep, I did see that. He like peeled, he like pulls a package out and peels out one salami slice.
Just dabbing his eyes with it.
So good.
So dumb.
Yeah, I did catch that. That's right. That's a very nice touch.
Yeah.
I suppose
very good episode.
We're at a point animation's gotten cheap and people are getting good at it, so you can crowbar that kind of shit in.
Boy, the what if like technology would have been there in 1993?
Yeah, what would those episodes have been like?
Yeah.
Yep. Like, look what they did doing it the way they did it.
Yeah, exactly.
Outstanding. I bet if you like made me sit down and make a fucking top 10 episodes ever list for myself, I bet this ends up on it.
No shit.
This is an outstanding episode.
This is very good. This is very good.
The laughs. God, the amount of laughs.
This is... I can't go that far, but I'd say I'd be shocked if it's not top 3 of the season.
Oh, easily. Yeah. I think this is easily the
And there's
best
been some ones I've really liked, but yeah, this one is very good. Fucking Moe is so... solid gold. So reliably funny.
And like with some side characters on television, when you start like everybody loves them and then you start giving them too much screen time and you realize that's not what you wanted.
Yeah.
Not the case with Moe Szyslak.
Yeah.
I would watch a spin-off of Moe Szyslak.
So good. He's just so ripe for comedy.
Yeah.
Like his patheticness.
He's so bleak. The things he says are so dark. Yeah. I have one light bulb and move it from room to room.
Like, if you could somehow have a spinoff that involves Moe and Milhouse, it would be so funny.
Oh, yeah.
Because Milhouse, too, is his patheticness. It's a different kind of patheticness. It's a child's patheticness.
Yeah.
You know,
well, I guess they're both sadness. I was about to say Milhouse is more of a sadness, but Moe's
very sad.
It's a different shade of sadness, which sounds like an AFI song.
Yeah. Let's take a look at episode 12, My Life as a Vlog, referencing My Life as a Dog, which is a European movie, I believe.
I had no idea.
Yeah, I think so. Good insight, Nathan. A movie from another country you have not seen. Good, glad we got that squared away.
We're a little pressed for time today, so frankly, I'm just glad it didn't lead down a 25-minute thing like the Meg Ryan discussion last week. Someone, we don't see their face, they're just working a computer. Someone was looking at YouTube and they see a video for the Simpson family channel titled Our Brand New House. They click on the video and start to watch as the Simpsons, who are real ritzy, dolled up. Marge has got makeup. Give them a tour of their new mansion that was bought for them by their sponsor, Coinstar. That's a amazing
good company to buy you a mansion.
It's very lifestyles or cribs.
Yeah, very cribs-ish.
Yeah.
They have a screening room. They have this and that. It's a very decadent life they're leading.
I like the fridge that blends in with the cabinetry because that's a thing.
Yeah. Yeah, real streamlined houses are all the rage on cribs.
Yeah. I like that Marge is like, I love the kitchen because it's the heartbeat of the house and I don't have to clean it. And a Roomba comes across the counter and then like goes down the side of the counter.
Like a bug.
Defying gravity.
The guy or gal doesn't watch the whole video, clicks on something, God, I have it here, Simpson Family Who, which is like a comic book guy show giving recaps on some Simpsons type online reality show.
Yeah, this whole thing is like framed through just someone clicking on YouTube videos.
He kind of gives a recap. This is kind of used to give you a little backstory. They watch a video about how Maggie and Homer called "Cute Baby Gets Stage Fright." It's very fucking cute. She's up there. It's like a pre-K pageant of some kind. Some kind of funny dance in bird costumes, and Homer like coaches her through it, and she falls, and all the babies fall. I could see a video like that blowing up.
Oh, of course.
Online,
yeah.
So because of that video, the Simpsons rose to fame. They then started a YouTube channel mainly focusing on Homer and Maggie right away.
Yeah.
Like the cute shit that they're doing. But then the whole family got involved. Everything is pretty close to something real life. It's them all in the car singing in sync while Bart is all doped up from a dentist visit.
Yeah. Which that like kid high after the dentist was a big YouTube video however many years ago.
Don't do that to your little kids. Take advantage of them.
They got to go to fucking school.
The video's named 10-Year-Old Drugged Out After Oral Surgery During Family Car Sing-Along. A lot of pieces in that puzzle.
Got to get that SEO. You gotta include all the Googleable words in your title.
And after that video, the whole goddamn family's super famous. They start their own YouTube channel, and that's where they're at now.
Yeah.
And then another video was clicked upon called "Love Those Crazy Simpsons." That's Martin. We got Martin, and kind of junior reporter Martin.
Yeah, with his hat with a press card in it. What is it? His channel is called All the News That's Fit to Prince.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Clever.
God damn it.
Because his name's Prince.
Yeah. Yes. Thank you, Nathan.
Get it? Martin explains the YouTube series that each family made. Breaks on that Marge started doing interviews where she made her guests eat deep fried food.
It's so funny.
A la Hot Ones.
It's Hot Ones, but for
Krusty,
fried food.
Krusty getting his fucking ass kicked. It's called Deep Fried Thoughts. Yeah. Well, at one point when Krusty looks into the camera, why are we doing this? Why is this a thing? Or he's like, I was going to say no to this, but my agent told me that apparently this is what talk shows are now.
Yeah, it's so funny. As somebody who loves Hot Ones, I love that show. Yeah. But this was fun to see because why is that what talk shows are now, you know?
Can't we just talk?
Like the early days of Hot Ones, it made more sense because it was just like, you know, like mid to low level comics and rappers that you would never fucking heard of.
Rappers,
you know,
yeah.
But like it got so fucking big that like now it's a stop on everyone's press tour.
Yeah, insanity.
Like the names that they get are so big. Like
who else? Biggest movie stars.
Who else can they get that would be like an amazing get?
Yeah.
Like Obama would be that's like
presidents, heads of state.
That's the only person they haven't gotten yet, you know.
Yeah, every actor of some renown is on that show now.
Oh yeah. Every Marvel actor, it is just a stop on the press tour. They go do the Today Show, and they go do Good Morning America, and they go do Hot Ones.
Yeah, that's what makes it. Do you think they're just the wings have been taken down a bit? It doesn't seem like these people get the shit kicked out of them by the wings like they did in the early seasons.
I've thought about that because there hasn't been a quitter in a while. Nobody's tapped out in a long while. Yeah. But at the same time, those fuckers are suffering. Like if they're tamed down, they can't be that fucking tamed down because some of those people still have a real fucking hard time.
Yeah, it just feels like, but they're also actors. So
it's true. Not all of them.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
they still get musicians and wrestle. Mick Foley was on a few weeks ago.
How'd he do?
He did fine.
Yeah.
If they can handle their heat, it almost isn't a good episode.
Yep. Those are the weird ones where it's like, I eat so much hot stuff. These are very hot, but I'm used to this. It's like, that's interesting. That takes away definitely a lot of the show when that's the case.
Like when Salma Hayek was on like a year or two ago, everyone was just like, that's great.
Yep. Kristen, what's her name? She had the show where she died and accidentally went to heaven.
Oh, The Good Place.
Yeah. Kristen Bell.
I kept wanting to say Wig, knowing that it's not Wig.
Hers is wild. She just is calmly eating. Oh, we eat so much spice. But these are very good. It's like, how is this possible? She weighs as much as one of my legs. Like,
there's a remote one from over COVID. What's her name? Electra. Jennifer Garner.
Yeah,
Boy, I bet she doesn't like people remembering her for that.
From a movie from 19 years ago that didn't do well.
That was terrible.
Yeah.
But there's like, she loses her fucking mind. She like walks away from the camera
Really?
like, fuck you, Sean. It's pretty amusing.
That's good.
That's a good show.
So while Marge is doing that, Bart has started a prank show called the Gert Squad, where he sprays yogurt all over people throughout Springfield. And anytime it happens, there's always like a yogurt pun. Like,
Yeah.
That's got a Gert.
It's so dumb.
So
with
dumb.
a big graphic.
Yeah. Eventually, they're just carpet bombing with a plane.
Right.
You know?
It's not even.
There's no cleverness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just throwing yogurt at people.
Lisa makes videos where she goes to local beaches and cleans them up.
Of course.
Another video is clicked on the dark side of the Simpson family by Truth Wizard. Truth Wizard says that the videos of the Simpsons aren't who they say they are, and that they can't let the lies continue. Like they know too much.
Yeah. It's a little QE.
Very much so. Truth Wizard very quickly revealed to be Milhouse.
So good.
Because like his mom turns the lights on.
Yeah,
or something.
and tells him something like, "What are you sitting in the dark for? You're gonna ruin your eye."
Yeah.
She says you're gonna ruin your eyes, and the doctor says your nose can't support thicker lenses.
Oh, so good.
What a thing for an optometrist to say. Oh, I love that. Like, when it's all shadowy, it looks like he's wearing like a Jedi robe, you know, but like when the lights come on, it's just him in an oversized Baby Goo Goo puppy t-shirt or a hoodie.
Yeah, so good.
Oh my God.
It turns out Milhouse got this access because he was the one holding the camera during so many of these videos.
Yeah.
So Milhouse then shows like the clips that show the Simpsons in a bad light. Like Homer was always full of rage all the time, like you can imagine. The one I loved was after the Gert, the yogurt prank show.
Amazing.
That his friends were actually some of the Spunkler kids in costumes.
Yeah.
He wanted them to be his friends, but they didn't want. We like to keep this professional.
Yeah.
And he pays them to hang out on his trampoline. That's
so ridiculous.
Like depressing.
Yeah.
Too. Like
they're so keeping him at arm's length, and finally he coughs up cash so they'll hang out with him.
When we want time and a half and a basket of eggs. What's that about their hen? Their hen hasn't been feeling good lately or something.
God damn it. Yeah. Gotta love the Spunkler kids.
The one I thought was most damning. Turns out Lisa is just having her employees dirty the beaches so she could clean it. Fucking Gil trying to wrap that fucking seal in old fishing nets. Like,
yeah. And then it makes a break for it. It gets away, and they're like, "We got to take that thing back.
It's
Get
a
it."
rental.
Yeah, it's a rental seal.
Milhouse then shows another clip where Homer agrees to give Maggie a Nom Nom 6 European nomcation experience in her bedroom. They're supposed to be minions.
Yeah, the Nom Noms.
Turns out Maggie is terrified of them. And they put a GoPro on, and Homer sends her into the bedroom just knowing full well it's going to terrify her. And she gets real scared by those things and comes out and slaps Homer. So yeah, the family is not what they say they are. Next, we get a video of the Lenny and Carl situation, which is supposed to be the Joe Rogan podcast.
Absolutely.
A nice touch is how all the audio sounds different. Like it sounds like it's podcast.
Yep.
Like, that was a nice touch.
That was a very nice touch, I thought, too. And also, there's something about... because Mo is the guest, and there's something about the way Mo is sitting. They got the camera angle just
interesting, yeah.
Like I don't listen to the show, I don't watch it, but you see it in clips all the time, and it's his posture and the camera angle. Yeah. It's hard to describe, but it's perfect.
Interesting. They're talking about how, like, hey, we used to, up to 6 months ago, Homer used to be part of the gang, and tell you what, he was drinking with us all the time, but we never heard him mention Maggie. They also said Maggie refused to do the videos with Homer anymore, so they made a fake Maggie out of practical effects.
So good.
Just a shoddily made marionette of Maggie. Yeah. And one of the nicest touches is how the guy running the mouse looks at the runtime of the video. It's like 3 hours, 54 minutes, and like shudders.
Yeah. Sees that the Joe Rogan one is that long. Yeah, I like that. I've done that. I have like... a YouTube video got my attention. I start watching, and I'm like a minute in, and I look down and I go, no,
this is too fucking much. No, thank you. Then he sees another video he clicks on. The Simpsons announced that they will be making an announcement. It's an announcement for an announcement.
Yep.
After this, the Simpsons weren't heard from again. See, that was like the thing. The Simpsons have disappeared.
Yeah.
Like, so I think it's 9 days they haven't been heard from.
Yeah. Frankie Leaks is a good channel with Professor Frank.
Frankie Links is where Professor Frank explains he thinks they were kidnapped by like a major like tech or communications corporation.
Yeah.
Principal Skinner thinks that Homer was taken over by an alien. Mike fucking Wegman.
Yeah.
Michael Rappaport voiced him, the guy that loved Homer but was always mean to Bart. He's doing the leave Britney alone underneath the blanket.
Yeah. You leave Homer Simpsons alone. He always says Simpsons.
Then I think the last, I might have missed one here, but the picture is Patty and Selma doing ASMR.
Nightmare.
They got the voice for it. They got that low, gravelly voice. That Homer snapped and killed the family. Then, because the whole time is no one knows where this new mansion is.
Yep.
Then the bullies reveal in a video that they know where the Simpsons mansion is. Several other vloggers find the location. Now we're in real time.
Right, as it's happening.
It's Shauna and the bullies.
Yep.
And they have some kind of, they mess up somehow. And the goddamn Martin Prince scoots by. We're going to get scooped.
And at some point, the camera shows everyone is coming with their phones up because everyone has a YouTube channel.
I think one of the bullies with the camera turns as they're going into the door of the mansion and they see all the Night of the Living Dead vloggers come out of the woodwork.
Yeah.
So,
the bullies' YouTube channel is called Property Damage Brothers.
that's good.
I like that. I like that a lot.
Oh, I did not notice that. That is very good. So from there, they're just ripping that through the house, trying to find them. And then they eventually open up the door to a panic room. And we just get a glimpse of the Simpsons. Then the door is shut, I think. Or maybe it just cuts.
No, the door shuts or the door is starting to shut. And you see Marge in there being like, don't keep the door open.
Yeah.
And then it cuts.
And then we get Opal, who is supposed to be Oprah.
That's their Oprah.
Yeah.
We've seen Opal before.
Yeah, been a minute, but we have. Yeah.
That's because I imagine Oprah isn't culturally relevant.
Yeah. Like at one time, sure. What if the average 12-year-old knows who Oprah is?
I bet not.
Yeah. That's wild. Yeah, Oprah used to be one of the most recognizable faces on the planet in 1998 or 2002. Yeah. So
I've never seen her show. Was it just Jerry Springer but nice?
I think early on, like in 1991 or 1987, little more of that, little more sass and drama. But by 1996, it was so big. It was more Ellen than Springer.
Okay.
Way more Ellen than Springer. I think the Ellen's show stole a lot from the Oprah playbook.
Okay. Yeah. I would call Ellen's show Jerry Springer, but nice,
But they have like celebrities and shit. Jerry Springer didn't have celebrities.
It's a little more of a press tour stop than Springer's was.
Like white trash goblins.
Fuck yeah, it is.
Shooting each other up with needles.
Hell yeah.
Having inbred kids. Sad lack of inbreds on the Oprah show.
My neighbor fucked my horse. That's the bottom third. We're going to bring out the horse.
Yeah. They're booing the horse.
Jerry.
So they're on the Opal show to kind of tell their side of the story. It turns out the mansion had been made by someone who'd only made NFTs of houses before,
which I think is a really dumb joke. Yeah. That's a just put it in kind of joke, I guess.
A way to explain why the panic room door was backwards.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, you could get in, but you couldn't get out. So it turns out they all ended up in there. The rest of the family except Homer was in there first. So I can't remember what led them there. Why the kids went in there? Was it to get to they had food and shit in there? I know, all the sponsor stuff gets stored in the panic
Bart
room.
and Lisa went in there for something, but got locked in.
And then it was like, oh, here they come. Yeah. Now we're all stuck.
Marge came in to see where the kids were. Homer, one at a time. They all went in.
So they survived off all the sponsor products they've been given but never eaten. And then during the time locked up, they bonded again. I know Maggie gets lost. They think she went into a vent. And like Homer's like, well, I'll never make you do a stupid video ever again. And it turns out she was just underneath the table or something like that.
Yeah. My kingdom for Maggie to come back. And then they all just bond again. And
they made up. And then they decided we're going to get off YouTube and stop vlogging. Turns out, I thought this was a nice spin. It turns out it was fucking George R.R. Martin was the person watching the videos. What a weird twist for this to take.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess who if you're going to reveal who's been watching YouTube the whole time, there's worse jokes you could make, but it didn't knock my socks off.
And he's like, that was a waste of a 4 hours. I got an off-screen woman is screaming at him about finishing the book.
Yeah.
It's like, they've already made 2 TV shows.
I know, I've watched them.
He's searching for dragon ideas.
That part is funny, that he just goes to his Google and types in dragon ideas.
Starts watching a video of 2 drag queens fighting in a Waffle House. Both voiced by real drag queens.
Yep, I
One of
saw
which
that
his
too.
name was Monet Exchange.
Which is great. That's a good-ass drag queen name.
Because usually it's always something sexual and like money exchange. A Monet Exchange. I thought that was a nice touch. Fine episode. I'm usually not a fan of these ones that have some kind of cute framing device. So I was like skeptical, but perfectly middle of the road for me.
I would call this middle of the road as well. If you've been toxically online for the last 15 years, you got a lot of good references.
They get the references right.
Just the commentary on like, oh, everyone has a fucking channel now. And like, here's how people consume YouTube. Just click it, watching 90 seconds of a thing and moving to the next thing. It reminded me a lot of the Behind the Music episode from season 9 or 10, but not as good. Because that one also, if I'm not mistaken, wasn't like, it's expose. We're going behind the scenes on this TV family, but they're dicks in real life.
And just like that, this one and that one, definitely not canon. This will all be forgotten by next episode. Yeah,
they didn't have a fucking Coinstar mansion. But yeah, it reminded me of that a lot, like an updated version of the Behind the Music one.
The rock wall was sponsored by Polydent, denture cream.
Polydent rock wall.
So very good, solid episode.
Yeah, it was. I would call it fine. Like, that was fine. It's not served any better by being teamed up with that amazing Mo episode. So,
I thought this batch was this season was beginning kind of slowly, but ever since like the back-to-back Halloween episodes, it's been cooking along pretty nice now.
Yeah, there was one last week that I didn't care for that I'm not really remembering.
For me, I think there was one very good and one mid last time.
Yeah. But all in all, this is good. It's a good season so far.
Yeah. Good on you, Simpsons.
You keep doing it somehow.
Just
against all odds.
The machine propels itself forward.
Well, I mean, it's not a mystery. Like, it's good again because people who saw the best stuff in their youth are now writers on the show is what happened. I keep telling people, like, no, go back. It's good again.
It's better than it's better than 80% of any sitcom on a network TV channel that's on right now.
Yeah, totally.
If not even a slightly higher number than that.
And I can say that with confidence, knowing nothing about any other sitcom
just
on
knowing,
TV right now.
Having a vague idea of what everything else is. It's fucking Drek.
Yeah.
It's
good use of Drek.
Thank you. Who me?
Word baby.
Straightens the bow in my hair. Big bow on the top of my head.
Holy shit.
It's Pac-Man style.
I support that. You should look into getting that look going.
I start showing up at places, head shaved, painted yellow, crude red lipstick, and a big bow on my head. It ain't Halloween, homie. Why are you Miss Pac-Man? I was like, I don't know, I thought this would be my thing. Like, the fuck are you talking about? Your thing.
Maybe you need a thing. Maybe you need a gimmick. Maybe we should gimmick you up.
Time for me to be Miss Pac-Man? Okay. That's what it takes.
I think it's worth a try.
Yeah. What a thing to do. Like, try to act normal looking like that. Like,
Go to the grocery store like
Vikings
that.
game? What the fuck are you? Like, I got time with a fucking football.
What kind of Nightmare Simpson character are
We're
you?
talking about you,
I'm
buddy.
Miss Pac-Man. It's my thing.
You need a new thing.
I was gonna suggest something smaller, like bright T-shirts or a fun hat.
Tighter pants? Got it.
What a thing to pick to be your thing.
It's my moose knuckle and my butt knuckle.
Oh, I don't like butt knuckle.
What's a butt knuckle? Pay for my OnlyFans.
Oh, God. Yeah.
Oh, boy. Yeah, what could that be?
You putting bread on either side, calling it a knuckle sandwich?
Oh, want a bite?
You already put fucking stew in a sandwich. I don't know what's next. May as well be your ass.
Oh, yeah. Take a nipple.
Oh,
God, getting a comforter or no, getting a fitted sheet and a regular sheet that look like bread, crawling into that every night.
oh God.
Come and take a bite, Sandman. Baby's sleepy. Sharing a hotel room with a coworker you just met. Oh, Jerry, I had been a. Guess we'll get to work in the morning.
Head to a fucking conference in Des Moines. I'm not sharing a room with him again.
I think you guys shared a room with Jerry. Yeah, he was totally normal. Well, something's changed.
He's going through some things. All he wore the whole weekend were Lululemon yoga pants.
Hope the boogeyman doesn't come in and take a big bite out of my bottom. Hey, call it a night. I'm going to turn my CPAP on.
He reaches over, turns the lamp off on his side of the bed. Okay, good night.
Coochie, coochie, coo. Is that for me? Are you fucking with me now?
You get out of this bed.
He opens up his giant old school suitcase. There's just one big ostrich feather all curled up in there. This is fucking wild. Not a toothbrush, not a change of underwear. It's just a old school deviant what we're dealing with here.
You're on a comedy road trip, and you're in one of your motels that you book,
Yep.
and it's just you and some other comic, not me, but somebody else, and that's all they have in their suitcase. It's a goddamn ostrich feather. And he reaches over and gives you a tickle. How's that night end?
Oh,
you
fuck.
sleeping in the car? He sleeping in the car?
Yeah, light gets turned on. You gotta have a talk.
Because you're Midwestern enough that you don't want to have a confrontation.
Yeah.
But that might make one come up.
How convinced am I that this guy could overpower me and kick the shit out of me? That as a part of where we have the talk.
You're 60%, you got him.
Yeah. Okay, we have the talk in the room then.
You're rolling the dice on a 60%, huh?
Yeah. No, I mean, we have the, like, if it's a 60% chance, at least then I think my wails of anguish would get people's attention before he could fucking put me in that suitcase and bring me to the next town.
In my head, he just chokes you out real quietly and then still tickles you anyway.
Not moving a muscle.
You wake up wearing nothing but that ostrich feather.
What's the kind of coverage I need to be confident?
Oh, you want to do this again next week?
Fuck it, why not?
Let's do it. Episodes 13 and 14 of season 34 is the homework for next week. That's about it.
Give them a watch. They might be good.
They might be. They've been good.
On a nice run right now.
They've been pretty solid. We'll see everyone else next week.
Bye, everybody.